So it was blue 4. All right, blue 4 is attacking. All right, we're blue 4. 4 sectors. Blue 4 has a 5% advantage. What the heck is an SICPS? Huh. Okay, that's a lot to work with here. Let's see. Two BTR 70s. DSHKs. All right, that was quite a bit to write up there. Go ahead, get that copied. And get that all set up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, that should be everything set for there. Let me make sure my TFAR plugin is on.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Excellent.
Oh puppy, pickles.
Bearded Lord, thanks for the 50-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I appreciate it. Oh, sounds like we just went into Thingamajig. There it is. So Willow, because it didn't go through last time, I decided to let it go through that time. Thanks so much for the $100 swap, man.
My man. Heck, see ya in the future, ops.
We'll all always enjoy showing up to your Sundays. Hopefully, if you do anything else in Bleach Boys, I'll try to catch that too. Dinner was great. I sent you the pictures. It was some nice prime rib. But otherwise, we're back with covering FNF tonight, doing round 2 and round 3 of the NA branch. But regardless, man, thanks so much for all your support. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope everything's going well with you IRL. Hope that new promotion's treating you well, and I hope everything's going well, man. That's all I can hope for at the end of the day. But regardless of all of that, I hope you are all doing well tonight. We're going to be covering rounds 2 and 3 of the NA branch of FNF tonight. Before we shift over to some DayZ, let me just add that in the title there. And of course, you guys are going to be allowed to troll me in that regard. But we'll get there when we get there. I admit that I'm a furry. What? When did I admit that, Justin? But Bearded, again, thanks for the 50-month resub. I hope you enjoyed that little video today. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And, yeah, I mean, that's all I can hope for, right? All right.
Send in Goat Team 6
everything's sorted
now.
Getting close to that 2-year mark.
All right.
Word.
That's us getting into all of that, but let's see. Up for slowly spawning in. Real quick, let me just say, Nordic Prophet, thanks for the 18-month resub, and Lord Silver Swift, thanks for the 2-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I'll check Discord in a second. Oh, yeah, that's an April Fool's joke. I will say, as we're transitioning to DayZ, I will undo some of those changes. If not, I'll wait till after I'm done getting trolled in DayZ. But otherwise, 65-minute round on Suma, 15-minute save start. This is what the map is looking like. Let me go ahead and put the prediction up for you guys before I go anywhere further here. Round 2, NA, Op 4B defending, Blue 4B attacking. Go ahead and get that prediction set up for you guys, and let's jump right into it. So mission brief here, made by Good Time Saddam. Background is on October 16, 2012, the Free German Army was tasked with assaulting a section of pre-war Moscow Pact border in the Baltic SSR. Op 4, for Special Notes, Op 4 has a stationary anti-aircraft weapon at the AA position. Okay, so they can't move the English air, is what I'm gathering from their game mode. It's going to be sectors, 3 sectors under control of Op 4, as long as Op 4 has an infantryman alive, not unconscious, not dead, not leaving the sector. Blue 4 cannot capture it. Blue 4 capture it by putting an infantryman in the sector. So 3 of those to work with, interestingly enough. Mission variables, 1,000-meter view distance, yes to magnified optics, and yes to NVG equipment. Defender fortify points, 250. I rarely see it go above 125, so that's going to give the defenders a lot of room to build their own fortifications if they're quick to mobilize. Medium anti-tank weapon settings, every AT guy gets an AT and an HE round, so 2 per fire team, 4 per squad, so interesting. Otherwise, let's go ahead and start with Op 4, because I'm already over here. Op 4 uniform is going to be Separatist Forces with a Spectre camouflage. Quick breakdown: platoon leader, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier infrared, IR. I don't know why I call it infrared, just what IR means to me, but basically the people, they get the Hunt IR rounds, which are 40mm grenade launch rounds. You fire in the air and turn into little cameras. They can access those little cameras and get a bird's eye view of the map. Really nice to see. Machine gunner assistant, combat engineer, the guys that deal with explosives and trick plays, light anti-tank gunner, Mat 1 and Mat 2, recon infantry scouts, which have the suppressed weapons. Designated marksman, which looks like it's going to be an SVD for Op 4. Sniper with that T5000 right there. Crew leaders, crewmen, pilots, medics, and then the base kit. Loadouts, it's going to be AK-74s across the board. Oh, I hope we have the fun crew and aviation question. No, they have a PP-2000 or an AKS choice. Otherwise, AK-74s, RPKs and PKPs for the light support weapons. Light anti-tank is going to be the RPG. As I already said, Sniper gets a T5000, and the 2 scouts get a choice of 45-round AKSs or a 20-round AS Val. Nothing on crew serve weapon for Op 4. Otherwise, they get the Igla chair, the 9K38, 2 BTR-70s, 3 Kamaz trucks for transport, which they are not the glitch shot versions because they actually have the capacity to carry a bunch of people, 2 Dishka cars, 2 static cords, 1 transport UAZ, 3 searchlights, and then 6 additional searchlights on top of that. That's kind of cute. Going on that faction, we're going to have Cholt leading, who is one of the better commanders here. He's still learning everything, but he's a pretty good commander in his own right, so we'll see how things go. Tender Baner leading X-Ray, rinse and repeat as their medic. Falcon's going to snipe with the T5000. I'm going to be honest, because of the way that this is a magnified optic fight, I don't see Falcon being too effective, because this means that there's going to be a lot of assaulting from various directions, but we'll scan the terrain later. Green Shade going with that suppressed AKS. I mean, yeah. And he's the only scout on, but I would say the suppressed shooters should get AKSs or AS Vals with PSO-1 scopes. I mean, mwah. That would be a beautiful weapon to work with tonight, especially if the terrain is like this. An AS Val with a PSO-1 scope would actually be killer. Otherwise, Nielsen leading Alpha HQ. He's got Sholand and Cadbay over on... I bet you that's Bay, and he changed his name to join with the Pepega Pirate joke for April Fools, where they change all their names to Star Wars theme, in which case that would be a playoff of Cad Bane. Cad Bay, I love it. He's going to be with Sholand in a BTR-70 from the looks of things. Montgomery leading Alpha 1 with Chini, Herb, Drake, Sablon, Eagle, and Wells. Norris leading under Alpha 2, LeBroy, N1, Dobbs, Frost, Lurch, and Sam Handwich. Bravo HQ being led by head honcho Anderson, guy in charge of the NA branch. He's keeping his teams diversified here. Bridges leading Wheat and Coda, Poe, and Maverick. Bravo 2 being led by Cosmonaut with Cool Breeze, Miller, Martin, and Patriot together. Vagrant, I don't see a Charlie lead, so I think there's going to be 2 more teams. Vagrant leading his team with ACR, Kane, Glazed, Arcor, and Helios. And actually, no, Helios is in charge because he has a slash in his name. Waldo leading the other team with Tymic, Ash, and Despo, but they could just be additional vehicle crews because, again, there's a lot of vehicle assets in play today. Otherwise, that is the Northern Force. Let's go ahead and look at the Southern Force here for Blue 4 going over and breaking things down. Their uniform are German kits. I'm going to quickly scroll down to the Marksman here because that's always different. Designated Marksman looks like it's going to be a 416 with a scope on it, which doesn't really matter because, you know, everyone gets magnified optics. So G36 is a Mini-Me and an MG3, one of the, if not the best MMG in the game. I'd argue the best LMG is a 249 because that fire rate, absolutely devastating. But if you want fire rate, an MG3 is just an MG42 that's modernized. It's just a killer with that 7.62 or 7.92, whatever the heck it fires, that massive caliber. It shreds people, and with that incredible fire rate, even if you're aiming center mass, you're going to drop them before they can even get the headshot on you, you know? They got the M72 Law as their light anti-tank. Recon Sniper gets a choice of M2010 with different camos, and then the suppressed shooters either get an MP7 or a Mark 14, and then the crew and aviation either get a choice of an MP7 or an HK G36. CSW, Delta is going to be given the mortar. They've got access to smoke, HE, and flare rounds, but I know they have 20 HE rounds. So we'll see if they're effective with that tonight. But assets, we have 8 Land Rovers, 2 HMG Land Rovers with just the M2 up top, 600 rounds of that. An MRZR, SC. Oh, it's the freaking Command Humvee. That's what it is. So it just has it's just a Humvee with more health in the back. But otherwise, all the properties are the same. If not, it's slightly slower. You got a 117. The GMG has been replaced with a 249. So it's a, excuse me, not 249, 240 Bravo. So it's a 7.62 instead of the Mark 19, which is unfortunate. I'd love to see a Mark 19 in play one day. But then they have the UH-60. No modification to its ammo count. It's got all of its ammo, 4,000 rounds on either side. Interesting. And then that helicopter is just a debug piece right there. Looking over at the roster here for the attackers. Again, they also have a 5% number advantage. You got Korvac leading with Shy as the 2IC. Hezia taking X-Ray lead. Battlebee being the medic. Tanaka taking the sniper, J-Law being the suppressed Mark 14 gunner. And again, the battle rifle is going to be really excellent tonight because of the SU-230 scope is going to be able to put on because magnified optics is on. Yeah, no, I like it better with the light. Reckless going to be the other suppressed shooter. Techneer being the 2IC for that team. Pullen being Alpha 2 team lead, which it looks like they're only having an Alpha 2 team lead. No Alpha 1 or Alpha HQ. He's going to have Dover, Heinrich, White, Ace, Jones, and McSwagger with him. Side, it looks like Artisan's actually going to be in charge of Bravo HQ here, but Bravo seems to have merged as maybe the leader in one team or just one team overall. He's got Side, Durgrinder, Coop, Gary, Green Thumb, and Olaf together. Squeaks has Revenge Grav, Galil, and XXL Tiger together in Charlie HQ, which I think they've merged with Charlie 2 for those additional numbers here. Galil being the team leader, Squeaks being the squad leader. Genry leading Charlie 1. He's got Chaos Danny, members of the 82nd, which I believe are Arcane and D Barnes. But we also have Mimi, which I just call him Mimi, but it's Mimi Beeler as the full name. And then Jokro. But it looks like they just merged all of Charlie together there. Snatch Goblin leading Delta 1. He's got Azuki, Saddam, Wise, Thomas, Wayne, and Pierce together. I think Snatch Goblin's the squad leader, but Delta 1's team leader, I think, is Pierce. Under that group. It's hard to tell when they do those merges. But otherwise, G-Legs and Blam taking the 117. I'll be curious to see what G-Legs does. He's usually one of the really good vehicle players. And then Mountain's going to fly with Topher and Viz with the gunners. Mountain, I know, can fly. We have some really, really good pilots with an FNF, but we'll just have to see how everything goes. Where is Falcon? Falcon is the sniper for the Op4 team. Otherwise, don't really have a lot of major factions on tonight. I don't see any Papegas. I don't see any Scandies. I only see Bay, Falcon, and Norris as our top honchos. So it's going to be a lot of playing. Actually, no, I lied. So we have a few. I know Artisan and Coop Actually, I don't know if they're Pepega or not, but we do have Tanaka with Coalition on, which, you know, when they play, they're also pretty devastating. But a lot of Milsim players on tonight. I think it's going to be a pretty even match, regardless of where everything goes, especially since we're having a magnified optic fight. Even though it's Suma as the map, those magnified optics are going to be really helpful, especially with NVGs in play. So let's go ahead and look at our AOs here. Sector 3, the closest one, this hill, is just this fortified area right here. Nothing too much. We do have those AA spotlights looking up in the air and illuminating various things here, but I don't actually see where the AA static is. But I mean, this one, you know, it's on top of a ridge, got decent map control, but can be easily flanked. I mean, all of these AOs, I think, are going to be really tough for the defenders to take care of, simply because there's just so much tree cover in the way. So these magnified optics are really going to help the attackers out the most, because there's so many different positions where the attackers can set up and just plink at any defenders in the AO, and the defenders are kind of just stuck here, forced to deal with whatever really comes at them. UH-60 is not going to be as effective either, because anyone with a magnified optic can go up and plink at the UH-60, but at the same time, that full 4,000 rounds on either side, it's going to have a lot of suppression capability, and I'm not seeing a lot of positions where Op4 can do any hiding, but we have the static right here. This is the AA position. It's got decent eyes on certain angles, but then some, I mean, the trees just get way too damn close, but I don't think... Okay, no, the AA position is marked, so, I mean, that just leaves the other two sectors for the UH-60 to go ham, just avoiding the Dishka cars that can easily shoot its engine out. But otherwise, again, a good perimeter right here, but I guess I can see why they gave that build point advantage to Op4. They're really meant to just dig a perimeter around this and hunker down, and it's gonna be a tough fight. It's definitely gonna be a tough fight. You hear the BTR crew laughing a little bit. They might have gotten themselves stuck there for a second. But otherwise, I'm going to quickly... Thank you for congratulating me, Nordic. Pickle jars are a difficult beast. But everything is hanging quite well. Again, we're going to be casting rounds 2 and 3 and then going right into some DayZ. I'm going to do it on Frost server. We're going to go hunting for nails. And then after that stream concludes, I'm going to undo all of the April Fool's changes. But dinner was great. Thank you for asking. And yeah, we'll turn on the sound bites and you can all mess with me, because that server has a pretty... I think that's out of all the servers we've done between our group, that's the one with the healthiest population, at least, you know, having over a dozen people a night. It gets quite messy, especially on a map size like Essaker. But otherwise, that should be everything. In terms of who to bet on, I would honestly say the attackers with that 5% number advantage just have a slightly better start with here. Considering that the mat teams also have HE on both sides, and the attackers also get the mortar, which if we look under CSW, that's for Delta. Delta has... it's under Delta 1, so it's 1RW utilizing... I assume Pierce knows how to utilize that mortar. But we'll just have to see. The mortar is actually really, really easy to utilize from air. You just need the air asset to loiter and then confirm where the mortars go. But we'll see if Blue 4 has the patience for that. But everything here is set to be really in Blue 4's favor, in my opinion. It's just a matter of can they grasp the victory with all the stuff they're utilizing here.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Liru.
Kimakaru, thanks for the 29-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Yeah, if you want, Neko. I mean, the thing about DayZ streams, though, is it's better if I do it solo, because otherwise it defeats the purpose of people trolling me, because I can immediately just go to my teammate and go, "Did you hear that?" And then I look like a paranoid schizo. It's better to run into people, in my opinion, and then make them think I'm schizophrenic. Like what happened with that admin in the damn pickle jar on the other server. Are there other streamers on the new DayZ server? No, because it's my community server. People are allowed to go on and stream there. Don't get me wrong. It's just no one else really streams on, you know, my community. They've all gone out and made their own communities, you know? Northern, Barbarian, nothing wrong with that. But otherwise, round has begun. Trying to see if Blue 4 is actually going to have any false starts here, which I think they did.
Did anyone get hurt?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Oh, we gotta get in the Vic. You fucking nearly there.
Get in the goddamn thing. No.
Fuck off, Squeaks! I got armored. Fuck off.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling. We just gotta start moving first. Keep driving, chaos.
Bandage
All
me.
right.
That's what I'm doing.
Negative. I'm just kidding, Grav.
Well, this is great.
I'm just kidding, Grav.
So the DayZ server, it's open for anyone. They do have an April Fool's prank on it, which I'm not going to describe for fear of TOS, but I would say it's a good server to have. It's a good mix of people being friendly and people that'll shoot you in the face. It's not every single person you meet will try to kill you, but, you know, if you're in, like, a military area, you can expect a fight. But there were 4 of us trading on it last night in a military zone, and then a 5th guy showed up and tried to murder us all. It was cute. But, no, I would say it's a good server to start on, but there is a lot of mods. Definitely a lot of mods. But if you want a TLDR on how to join that, you can either look on my Discord and message me, and I will help you set that up. Because, like Arma, I'm just happy to help people find something to do on the internet that they would enjoy. But regardless of what's going on here, Blue 4 have a squad back at base. The UH-60 is already in Op 4 territory. It's attempting to do a deep landing back here, as it has X-Ray already grouped up with them. I don't see any UAZs on local defense, but we are seeing some shooting from a close position. I'm going to tab out real quick and mute myself. Sorry about that. Just because when people die, you can hear them locally. So I'll be curious to see where that UH-60 goes to land people. We got a convoy coming in right here. Looks like they stopped for a brief moment. Yeah, wait for DayZ to go on sale, I'd say. Because that server is probably not going to go anywhere for a while, because we're also constantly making changes to it. But what's nice about it is we've also just built on top of Essaker. So it's not Essaker, it's Essaker with like 20 to 30 custom areas. Its own custom lore building framework where you use the lore documents to find the custom areas. We put a lot of work into it. When I say we, I mean I did maybe 5% and Frosted 95% of it, but maybe tonight we'll go to one of those custom areas if I can find some gas filters, because I don't mind showing it off, because at this point, most of the people know where it is. There's also Velociraptors that will murder your face, and I'm not even kidding. You can go with some of the best gear in the game, and you can still get murdered by Velociraptors. And then there's the fucking T-Rex at the end tier zone that climbs over the damn wall in E2. I haven't released that video yet. I'm going to in a few days, but my god. You have 4 gas filters at base? Nice, Neko. Alright, we might do it after I hunt for nails. We'll see. So, looking up here, it looks like the UH-60 was taken out. My apologies for getting caught up. A lot of X-Ray has died. And it's only down to 3 people, so I think Tanaka was the sniper. He's out of the game. We have one of the suppressed shooters, and we have the team leader and the medic. Now, that's a bit of a problem, because I think these guys were waiting for that helicopter to come back, so now they're going to be forced to take a Vic and move in. Looking at this LZ, though, not surprised. I don't know what took that down. It looks like they came in contact with a tree, because I see that knocked over right there. But now we have this Op 4 line of forces coming in. Mountain also DCing. Ouch. I don't know, guys. That's a pretty tough one. Loss of the UH-60 early on means that they don't have to have anyone crewing the AA position. I do like that Op 4 has primarily gone over one sector, though. A little bit of stuff defending another sector, but the third one they've just completely foregone because it's not worth it. I do appreciate something like that in terms of strategy. But I imagine this Op 4 group's going to now encircle and eliminate these remaining guys at the crash site. unless they get moving very, very quickly. But you can see the amount of bandages they've had to do here to get out. Looks like one of them... Ooh, did they try rappelling? Because this is rappel rope right here. So they might have done a rappelling and completely scuffed it. And that might have been what killed everyone. So, I mean, if this group comes back, they check the wreckage, they're going to know it's X-Ray because there's the sniper out right there. There's the Mark 14 EBR. But immediately, you got Battle Beef taking fire. Some GLs knocking J-Law off his feet. These guys are desperately trying to pop smoke to get out of this position as Grenadier rounds come in. So, again, magnified optics on all sides is going to make this fight very, very difficult. As now we're starting to see two different positions of fire coming in, one from their immediate southwest and one from their west. And one of the three goes down. That was the other suppressed shooter, J-Law. And now it's just up to Battle Beef and Hezia. Dishka now coming up, providing suppressing fire. Looking over to the south, Blue 4 is just starting to get to the border. Hezia trying to put some shots on Tenderbaner. I don't think any of those shots landed. Yep, Tender was able to get to cover. Quickly looks over, but oh, we got Bridges and Wheaton coming around to cut off these guys' escape. They're going to move and run right into him. Hezia immediately taking fire, quickly tries to pull back, gets knocked out. Battle Beef now going to go for it. Tries to hit Bridges, is unsuccessful. Wheaton now coming around. Catches him in the middle of the grenade throw. Wheaton does a quick reload. Bridges pushing, is going to get caught by that grenade. Gets knocked out, but that is Hezia killed. Excuse me, not Hezia killed. Battle Beef killed. Hezia down right there. Bridges could receive medical attention from rinse and repeat, but that is pretty much the entirety of X-Ray sweep. Bridges waking back up. How brutal. Falcon coming up as well, ready to double tap. If I were Falcon, Falcon getting friendly fired and killed by Bridges. Oh, no, it wasn't. Who got that? I don't see a -1 in play. That's because one of them got the kill here, so that's why it's now at 0. Oh, Falcon's going to come into my chat and bitch about that. Give it 20 seconds. He's going to come into my chat and bitch about that one. Oh. Oh, I love it. A classic. Remember the rule, Falcon can only truly die from either being overwhelmed or to friendly fire. And there's Anderson getting the double tap on Hezia. So almost a perfect run by Op4, but Falcon getting friendly fire there. I think it was by Bridges. Might have been by Wheaton, but oh, that is just beautiful. Friday night fights are the friendly fire Falcons. Meanwhile, Blue 4 crossing the border over here. Their AO is just to their left, but they might try to bypass it and go for a deeper one. They only need to send one guy over there to capture it. But otherwise, now we just have to wait to see what the next move is. Falcon sent me a range card of his stuff on Discord, and I'm just gonna, here, I'm gonna reply to him. Doesn't look like you need that range card anymore, Chief. Oh my god. I feel so bad for him. There we go. Yep, told you guys he'd show up. Oh, I love it. Otherwise, Blue 4, we're sending 2 guys. There's the 82nd CAB guys going over to take the sector. We have a fleet of people over here. This is where they're dropping the mortar. Okay. Blue 4 is going to be taking this incredibly cautious then. I'd imagine not having the entire squad stay back to defend it, but oh man. Falcon, I mean, you ever think they do it to you on purpose because you're Falcon? Ah, that'd be pretty funny. It's the underground rule of all the milsim groups, just the friendly fire Falcon when they hear him. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Just get shot anyway. They hear you and they're like, oh, we thought I was a bad guy. I mean, granted, there's a lot of people in the world that, yeah, you scared them, Falcon. They heard your voice. They got PTSD flashbacks from you murdering them in previous rounds, and they just shot first and asked questions later. That's how it went. All right, there's Sector 3 captured because no one was in it. I'd imagine we're going to see this mortar get redeployed somewhere a bit closer to be staged against the other two sectors, but that's why I also kind of like where Op Force set up their defenses. They only have a few guys in the sector itself. They're all heavily spaced out because they're trying to avoid any complications against a mortar position. So we'll see how that is countered. Ah, man. I'd assume the next point of contact is going to be somewhere in here. Probably this 4-man group heading north right now. It's going to run into the entirety of Charlie, who has made their spearhead here. This does kind of open up for this blue 4 group to come in and flank this area, but then a counterattack by this force could potentially happen. A lot of room here for Op 4 to make a move, but we also need to see these guys rally back and head south to reinforce. But it looks like Blue 4, we're going to see a about squad-sized element take on this force, so they are outnumbered. This group, I'd imagine, is probably going to push north, take Sector 2, because it's very lightly defended, and then flank. The question is, can that group get that done and start flanking before this group gets wiped out? And I think that's going to be a no. Just because of the terrain, just because of the magnified optics. With magnified optics, you have to react quicker to things because someone can just scope in and tap your head and that's it. Rebel saying he was betting on Falcon getting friendly fired. Yeah. I mean, that should be, we should do an April Fool's meme poll. Will Falcon die to friendly fire today? There's Blue 4 starting to come up. Already 2 of them taken out at 50% strength in that remaining group. You got Mimi here still alive. That was D. Barnes and Arcane taken out fairly quickly. Is that Despo getting fired at by his own troops? Why am I hearing... They're using the AA missile position on infantry coming up because they know the UH-60's down. That's quite cute. Mimi taking heavy fire here as he tries to pull back. He, she, I don't know. Yeah, some long-range shooting back there. I think Glaze is just firing at a different target. I just heard a mine go off. I can't believe they're actually using the AA position like that. They've moved it into here, and they're just firing it blindly at infantry. That does very little damage to anything that's not an aircraft. I think it could knock a player out if it's a direct hit, but my god. I know, Bar, but saying that just sounds weird to me. And they're still firing. There it goes. Good old little rocket artillery. Otherwise, we have the Dishka now firing down, or that could be the Cord static. Up for... We got a truck coming up here. Might pick up the rest of them. That Dishka car might come down south and come around and try to flank. But now we've got the rest of Blue Force forces deploying over here, and this squad is now moving up. They're in a bit of a wedge with Shy as the 2IC leading. I'd imagine they're going to redeploy the mortar right here. That mortar, if it could potentially start pelting positions, would be great, but it's going to have to be accurate with it, and I don't see it being accurate. So we still have Mimi over here alone, but I think Despo's about to commit Despacito. Despo heard the medical noise, saw Mimi, and Despo's like, I'm not going to touch that. Oh, is Despo going to touch it now? Oh, God, Despo, you just facialed Mimi. Okay. Well, beautiful headshot, double tap just to make sure, but one was enough. Now you're having the mortar starting to land on target here. Very close. It was about 20 meters off, I would say. Another thing you could always do with a mortar is you can use smoke rounds to range. Normally, again, you'd have the helicopter above looking for these rounds, and then they could walk the mortar in, but because they lost that helicopter early on, it's not going to be useful. We got the 1117 pushing up, immediately engaging and disabling the BTR, killing the gunner. Driver quickly gets out. Where is Op4 AT? You got them firing at it. People are getting taken out left and right here. A 1117 rushing up. Waldo completely overranged it. I'm waiting to see if there's any AT response. I don't think... Yeah, they're just running up as infantry trying to GL it. I think they disabled the gun with the GL by directly hitting the turret. Yep, they're smoking, showing that they are a little worried about the situation. More GLs going in. I don't think GLs can actually kill the crew inside. We got some small arms fire. Ah, Falcon, you sent me a clip. I'm so sorry, buddy. Post it in the FNF media channel. I'm sure they'll get a kick out of it. So if that 1117 can pull back to a safe distance, I think they'll be fine. But G-Leg's getting 2 free kills. Not bad. Though they need to keep driving because that Dishka or Cord static. No, the gun is still fine, actually. Interesting. Got some Blue 4 back here. They are under fire. Some blind shots being shot over here. As Blue 4 are kind of spacing out their line here. So you got Patriot in the AO. Korvac has entered it, so now Blue 4 is going to think there's forces in here. But I think there's sufficient room for this Blue 4 force to come in and flank this overextended Op 4 force, but only if they take that sector. Thought I heard more mortars fired as well. Where is Delta? Saddam is all the way... What the fuck? No, they kept the original mortar position. All right, if they're firing from back there, the fact that they were able to land within 20 meters of an enemy position is actually... It shows they are being accurate with it. As you can remember, you got to account for the wind differential, a lot of different things for artillery. But now we're going to have Blue 4 trying to take this sector. We could also see this Blue 4 force completely bypass and hit this sector from a different direction. But I think it would be better if they supported the initial attacks themselves. I'm worried about this group right here because we're seeing Op 4 starting to surround it from the top like this. But that's it's a tough call. And there's Sector 2 being captured because Patriot left the sector. So I'd imagine these guys are back here, I guess, to be a blocking position. I don't really get the point of why these infantry are back here. I guess no, because this is outside of the sector. So why are they over here? This makes no sense. To have these 5 dudes back here, you know what I mean? Also, I know his ACR King got kicked by an admin, and now he's leaving the server. Weird. I wonder what happened there. AT just went into a BTR. And that is now burning. And flaming out. And this BTR has mounted. They are now pushing into this position. Do we have any AT guys ready to go over here? What do we got? We do have C. White. What is he equipped with? Is he light anti-tank or medium anti-tank? He is light anti-tank, but that's still enough to disable the BTR as it's pulling back over here. We just heard explosives go off. Don't see any smoke clouds here, so I can't tell you where they're from. And we have X-Ray coming up in a UAZ, now starting to do a close dismount. I think Genry hears them. Now you're having Op 4 starting to run over. Blue 4 might have just saw that. Maz up here quickly trying to go prone and engage. Actually gets the hit on Joe Crow there. And he's double tapped from a different angle from across the street. Tenderbaner trying to come around. Gets immediately blown away by Genry and Danny. UAZ Dishka trying to find a new position. Grenades going out. But this Blue 4 force is a little shell-shocked, but Op 4, even though they were having some great early gains, just are still completely in disarray, I'd say. Again, we have these 5 guys back here. I have no idea why. You got this force over here. I think I was trying to flank this force down here, but that's just opened up now for these guys to bypass these guys that were here, I guess to reinforce the final AO, but now you're going to have the fight right on top of the sector. Might have been a misplay by Op4's maneuvering. Danny, meanwhile, I don't know how he was just able to slide like that, but that caught Maz out of position. And now Danny's standing, now he's prone. Interesting. We had another mortar coming over here. The 117 just got hit. It is flaming out. G-Legs is probably going to burn to death in there. But I don't know what these guys are doing. They're now going south, maybe to try to hunt a mortar position? Maybe they think the mortar's back there, but at this point, they're just kind of wasted manpower here. At this point, G-Legs got out. He is now on fire. Oh, you hear him screaming. That is not good. Otherwise, now you got Blue Fort right here, ready to pounce on this sector. They've got magnified optics to actually look in and engage any Op4 that they see. Op4 now swarming on this hill, but now all the mortar needs to do is just bomb this position with mortars. So they're actually landing a little far right now outside of the sector, but if they could get it in the sector, that's what they want. But I think they committed a little too hard here, and you're just seeing all these rounds coming in right here, unfortunately. Meanwhile, you got Rinse and Repeat and Green Shade holding these few Blue 4 forces here. Looks like they actually got quite a few from this Charlie HQ element. So Blue 4 really has to rely on these forces to get in, and they're going to do a smoke charge. Try to close the CQC. We just had more AT coming, hitting that BTR. I think it was already disabled from a previous thing. But yeah, no, they're dumping all of their HE without confirming it because that mortar position's all the way back there. So kind of unfortunate that the mortar got wasted again, but that's because they lost their helicopter, and I would assume they were going to use the helicopter for that, but Dishka UAZ coming on the rear of Blue 4 here. And now you got Blue 4 doing a smoke charge. This is where the fight is going to be determined, in my opinion. Hear that MG3 going off. Despo desperately trying to get a hit on Jones, unable to land the killing shot. Waldo's caught bandaging here. Despo pulls back, I think hearing the footsteps getting closer. That's going to give a hole for Blue 4 to start moving in on this sector. Grenade perfectly placed, knocking, doing damage on Tymic and Despo. White getting taken out by Dover. I think the other guy was shooting at was taken out, though. Possibly a little bit of friendly fire up there. But Blue 4 now need to get the rest of their forces, and we're having a bit of a long-range engagement as these 5 guys are starting to come back. But Blue 4 at this point need to pull away from there and just focus on this sector. I'd imagine the mortar's out of ammo because they've left it. Now they're walking in on foot, but they're going completely different direction. Green Thumb, meanwhile, he's pushed up, knocked out N1. He's trying to get some other pickoffs here, gets the double tap on N1. Got Artisan and Olaf also coming in. Again, Op4, they do have a lot of guys out of position, though. We got the Dishka coming around. But they still have a really big chunk of defenders on the sector itself. Looking at the map here, the skull count is definitely more on Blue 4, but only slightly. But you got to remember, Blue 4 also had that 5% number advantage early on. So if Blue 4 can get in here and push harder, I want to say on the eastern side here, because the northern side's having a bit of a stump here. In fact, Tymic could actually get medicked up and maybe get behind this group, or Vagrant could come around and do pretty heavy damage. But these are some pretty nice overwatch positions Blue 4 has to fire at the other half of the sector. But relying on players like Artisan and Green Thumb to come around. There's a third one, but I think he went down. To potentially get up there and sweep wouldn't be a bad call. Meanwhile, looking at this, Miller's come up. He actually won a one-on-one. And now Wise and Wayne are trying to find him and eliminate him. We got some grenades being thrown. They're going far, though. But yeah, Blue 4's pulling more forces against this Vanguard force back here. And you also have these 3 guys running over. What is going on with the maneuvering at the team level? Meanwhile, Artisan pushing. right into Montgomery and Libroy. I don't even know. He gets taken out. Blue 4 down to 4 guys here. I think Op 4 has this at this point. Just a really weird miscoordination of some of their infantry at the final level, which makes sense. I think Korvac died. He was leading this group and just wasn't able to rally the other forces in. The mortar was misused, unfortunately. The UH-60 was misused. They lost the Blue 4 X-ray group early on. It's just quickly falling apart. And Blue 4 is only down to a few elements on either side at this point. You got some stragglers going all the way over here. I think people are just lost, to be perfectly honest. Because I keep seeing people maneuvering in completely separate directions than they should be on. And Op4 has just been able to, you know, with the last sector, condense all their forces upon hearing that that last sector was attacked and just saturate this area. Heinrich taking Dishka fire, quickly goes prone. I think he's still in the kill zone for it, if not slightly. Pullen gets shot by Poe on the rear and knocked out. A grenade landing right at Ace, but Ace is already killed off. You just have Jones right here holding. And you got these elements over here, just some outskirts fighting. Patriot notices Thomas, takes him out. If he turns around, he'll spot Wise. Got explosives being thrown up here, though they appear to be ineffective because they're on the opposite side of the sandbags. Wayne found, and he is taken out. Wise still walking around back here, might catch Cosmonaut. Unable to get the killing shot, but he's got Ash right behind him, who's going to knock Wise out. All right. You got Lurch now pushing up to the remaining 3 Blue 4 guys here. You're going to have Op 4 condense around. Again, you still have Blue 4 just all out here doing jack. So this is probably going to be a round that goes to time because of all those outskirts groups completely lost. More explosives being thrown up here. I think that got one of them. We're down to 2 now. That would be Lurch throwing these explosives up, which, based off of the size of the explosion, I'd say he's lobbing satchels up there, which, you know, is not a bad offensive weapon. Throw that to where you know groups of Blue 4 are hiding, or I guess your enemy, technically, and you'll have a recipe for a disaster. This is round 2. We still have round 3. But Blue 4 is just down to stragglers at this point. Some might be hopelessly lost. Anderson firing up and killing, I think that was Heinrichsen. Nope, Heinrichsen's still alive. That was Jones. He's just chilling in a bush. He's going to be doing medical. Still got some grenades going up there, but there's a blue speck and a sea of red. And at this rate, Blue 4, I mean, it's a 3-man group, a 3-man group, and a 2-man group. Patriot throws his own explosive charge in there and quickly pulls back. Again, great use of explosives here. Otherwise, I think we're just going to chill for the rest of this round. I think we're having some red on red now, as Op 4 is a little touchy over this whole attack. I love how Op 4 command is down back here. He's being worked on by a medic, though. Now the question is, can Heinrichsen play hide and seek and get a few kills in the process, or is he SOL? I don't know. I mean, there was a chance for Blue 4 to do it, but the way they, you know, threw the first group in there, the way they had some of the side groups in there as well. Did he just take Lurch out? I'm pretty sure he just took Lurch out. No, he didn't. He didn't get a kill. Okay, Lurch is down there. My bad. There were some signs that this was going to play out this way, but I tend not to go off of those because it's just a potential. Shut up, Barb. But there was just a lot of disorganization. Vagrant's probably gonna spot Heinrich here. He does not, does Ash. No, well, that doesn't matter because Wheaton found him and took him out. And immediately Patriot drives in. Oh, I love it.
Woot. Friday night fights.
Now you got Bert, the closest player here, but again, you're just gonna have the remaining blue 4 elements trickle in over the next 19 minutes, and that's gonna be it. But Tin, how are you doing, my man? Thanks for the 44-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. 418, usually that's a throttling issue with your ISP, believe it or not. So I would recommend lowering the quality on your stream to 720. That might give your bandwidth enough room to compensate to keep the audio and the video quality synced. But there's nothing I can do on my end to help you with that, other than lowering the quality on my side, which would, you know, affect everyone watching. All right, Bert. What do you got? Because you're alone, because Saddam and Chaos are completely lost. These two are going to meet up with those other two. There was a third guy in one of those groups, but I guess not. Bert doing his best, immediately gets shot a few times. Not sure if he was able to dish any punishment himself. Maybe got a few wounds, no kills. He's going to quickly flank around as Montgomery is thinking the same thing. And he retracts into a tree to quickly bandage. Montgomery checking over the hill right here. How do you join if you want to be a part of it? DM me on Discord and I'll show you how, because background knowledge, we have someone actively DDoSing everything I do, so now I have to take those commands away for a few weeks until they get bored and go away. So I have to be a little more selective about putting the information out publicly, unfortunately. Montgomery's going to spot Bert, and there's the headshot. Montgomery up another kill. That is his second of this round. But yeah, if you're ever curious about any community I'm working with and you want in, just DM me, and I will get that set up. Eagle freaking out, shooting bridges. Montgomery also shooting bridges. Zablon taking shots by Saddam, but Saddam's about to get Saddam Husseined. And there you go. There goes Saddam. Perk of being a famous streamer. You get DOSed and DDoSed all the time. Yeah, I mean, that has never been an issue until now, and nothing. I have one potential lead, but I doubt it. It's just out of the blue. Who the hell knows? Enough red on red, blue wins. Yes, because that's totally how this round's going to play out for the rest of it. 17 minutes. The rest of blue 4 starting to trickle in. We're down to 5 players. And, I mean, Chaos, I feel like, has just been lost the entire time. Granted, he's gotten 2 kills so far, so good on him with that mini-me. But the rest of blue 4 pushing in. I mean, they're outnumbered like 4 or 5 to 1 at this point. And Galil gets gunned down by Despacito. That's his second kill of the round. Yes, Tin, there are some names you're going to recognize here. Because, you know, we do have some TSP players now. We have some Scandi. Actually, I don't think Scandi's on for the NA branch. They're just on for EU. Patriot flanking and eliminating Tiger. Now we're just down to Danny, Grav, and Chaos. At least Op4 is now filtering in. I'm just checking to make sure there's no other blue 4 guys. It was just a big amount of disorganized assault, in my opinion. Especially on an AO that really did favor blue 4 to win, but it just goes to show you, if you're completely disorganized, you're screwed. And I thought Despo just ran right on top of Danny there. Grav and Patriots. Patriot having to reload. Chaos coming around, might run into Ash. Grav gets the kill on Patriot. Chaos getting shot by Ash. Explosive thrown over here. You still have Danny and Grav alive. I'm going to do round 3 and then Daisy. Because we weren't able to do round 3 of EU and round 1 of NA, so. You know. Grav, why did you just... Okay. Guys, if Op4 doesn't kill me, I'll kill myself. I think he was going to throw it and then try to run, but he immediately got caught out of position. And yeah, that's why you generally don't want to do those types of maneuvers, in my opinion. How do you check the prediction? What do you mean by that, Rebel? All right, Danny trying to pick off Eagle. Eagle quickly crawls under a tree into some concealment. We'll see if the Op4 hounds here pull back to those shots. Your Daisy base got raided by Ark? Amazing. As soon as you left for vacation, right? Ha! Not sure, we just had some red on red right there. Eagle freaking out over the one blue 4 guy. Vagrant the closest to Danny right now. Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Danny's really jumpy right now. Oh, Vagrant, you have to see that foot moving. No. I was shot at from here. That tree looks good. It must have been my imagination. I didn't know Skyrim elements were in Arma 3 now. Again, fog of war. Fog of war. I mean, we're only delaying the inevitable, but fog of war. Nielsen. Nielsen, come on. Come on, he's in the tree, Nielsen. Ash. Ash, come on, he's a Vietnamese soldier. He's in the trees. Nielsen going prone right here. Did he spot him? I have no words. I have no words. That was something. Okay. That's round 2. Op4 wins. Yeah. We'll go ahead and pay the prediction out in a second. I'm just letting it, reset here. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Just interest. That's all I have to say off of that one. Aye. All right, let's go ahead and go into our intermission here. We're going to be doing 2 intermissions tonight, one between these 2 rounds, then one to get on the NA group. But let's see. Boo, I'm working. All right, give me 1 second. Let's run our ads and go ahead and look through everything. Falcon's going to spectator. A Boz Kata assassination mission. All right, that is a way to end it tonight. Boz Kata mission. This is going to be round 3, where... Okay. 4 is attacking, or no, let's say is attempting to eliminate 3 blue 4 HVTs. Op4 has, what does Op4 have here? 10% number advantage. Okay. Let's go ahead and pay the prediction out. That was Up for who won that one. And now we wait for the last round, down to a little under 80 players tonight, which is to be expected of the last round of the night here. And otherwise, we'll see how everything goes. Falcon, I think, is playing round 3, so feel free to go bet Falcon unless you think he's going to get friendly fired. Well, I mean, if you bet Falcon, though, last round, his team still won, so, you know, it all kind of worked out for itself in the end, but either way. Can you win a prediction? I guess God says no. Oh, well. But yeah, that was 50-50 either side, so you pretty much doubled your money if you won, so... Yeah, no. Dimming the lights slightly, changing to a different color to more suit and office lighting, just because I prefer it that way. So, I hope you're all doing A-okay. It's about 10:30 in the evening. Again, we're going to be doing some DayZ trolling after the third round here. So we'll probably have that go an hour or 2 hours. Just, you know, exploring a little bit of Essiker. Hunting for nails especially. I'll probably just go around the map, see how everything works. I also got to find a compass because I think my base mates took my compass that I had stashed away. But that's okay. We can always go find a new one. But otherwise, they are still slotting here. I don't really have anything else to announce. I'm just working on new stuff, new campaigns. Next week, trying to plan a birthday stream. Trying to figure everything out slowly but surely. But I hope you're all having a wonderful night. And I hope everything goes well. As you can tell, my small talk is quite shit. Alright, so Balskata, it is a Greek, no, it's a Turkish island, but it's a pretty small island by comparison. It can be very hilly, but also very open, but it also has some pretty nasty CQC areas, depending on what sectors are going to be in play today for the HVTs to be held up in. I'd imagine we're probably going to see compounds, nothing in the open. Maybe around the airfield on the top left of the map, because we haven't seen any of that utilized yet. Next, pay for pain after I downsize it, so I might have a pay for pain on the 30th of April. But I'm also thinking of just taking the month off. Just because I feel like it. That's the only real thing, because pay for pains, they do take a lot of time for me to develop the menus every month, so I might just utilize that time to go into a few other projects I want to do. But I'll keep you guys in the know when I know. I'm hoping for this weekend I can finalize what I want to do this month and, you know, start working on it and getting everything sorted on that regard. But pay for pain is one of those things that's just up in the air at this point. But there's a lot of, like, small utility things I have to get done for this weekend after I do the DayZ stream before I go to bed, so... Yeah, no. It be like that. One of the negatives about having this all as a job, you know, I gotta keep up with it all and maintain it. But we'll get there when we get there, you know? And hopefully the round will start in a second. I will say, though, let's see, it's only been 2.5 hours for both rounds to go by. So, yeah, no, about an average night for Friday night fights. Hopefully, we'll have this done by midnight.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
OMG Liru, we've been together for 15 months, which isn't nearly as long as you and Bloodwing, not that I'm jealous or anything, Baka.
What type of Sundre bullshit? Alright, Flavit, thanks for the 15-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get on the DayZ server so I can put a few bullets in your head, but hey, you'll probably put them in mine first, but anyway. I don't really have a response to that. Yes, so Pierce, in my opinion, in Friday Night Fights, is very notorious for his plans. Don't get me wrong, he is one of the better commanders within Friday Night Fights. I am one of the first to say that. But sometimes he makes these plans that I don't know what he smokes to make them, but he makes them. And I've seen him throw some really, really easy wins. So that's why when I say whenever you bet on Pierce as a commander, you are literally gambling. Because you don't know what he's going to do. Russian forces attempt to eliminate critical Greek military officials. Yeah. So I remember the first round of this was actually one led by Pierce. But Pierce is squad leading. Or I don't know if Pierce is squad leading or commanding. I just hear Falcon coming in to say he's leading him specifically, which makes me think that he's a team lead instead. But that is A-okay. Always bet against Pierce. I wouldn't actually, because he has a pretty solid win-to-loss ratio on his commands, but a lot of his losses are because he does some really weird things, which means he's actually a really good commander, but he does a lot of weird experiments. And eventually he'll learn all of his lessons, but that's not going to be for a while from some of the crazy things I've seen this man do. Fortune favors the bold. Yeah. Pierce is very bold. And once in a blue moon, the crazy plan completely works. And I literally am just stuck sitting here going, okay, the plan I just shit-talked for the past 20 minutes is working because the other commander is somehow doing such a bad thing. I can't even believe it. All right, let's see. Round 3. I'll have this queued up and ready to go. I'm just trying to see who is... Okay, so it's regional commanders. Why? I go to the players and that's the first thing I see. Okay. I regret everything. I regret everything. Why? Oh, why? I got nothing. I'm going to be honest, I forget who's who, so I'm just going to wait till the mission passes through, or I can just tab out and look at my, Yeah, so Op 4's attacking, alright. There you go. There's the prediction. Feel free to start setting that up. Hopefully we'll get pushed in here momentarily. Flavit having a serious gambling addiction. Might want to get help for that then, buddy. But hey, at least you're gambling here where the points don't matter instead of somewhere where the money does matter. Oh, Neko, your PC died? Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. It's dead. Rest in peace. Took one too many daisies and died. Oh, dear. All in Op 4. I'm going to be honest, recently for assassination missions, the attackers have been slightly better than the defenders, so I imagine why you'd want to bet Op 4, but again, we'll see how things go. I have no idea. There we go. All right. Naked people. All right, brief. Made by Andy. Background Russian intelligence indicates that 3 high-ranking level Greek military officials are currently in the island's capital city of Merkez. High saturation naval barrage has presumably forced Greek forces into the city to seek cover. A detachment of Russian Marines are being sent to secure the targets. Note this scenario features a QRF force for Blue 4. The Bravo squad lead is in charge of this QRF force. On mission start, this force will need to rapidly deploy and assist in the defense of the HVTs. Both sides maps feature 2 HE rounds instead of standard HEAT because there's no VIX. Ooh, so they're using those as shock weapons. All right, game modes HVI. Basically, OpForce trying to kill the 3 ground command, the ground command team, which is ground command, the 2IC, and the platoon medic. And they are listed here. It's Pierce, Saddam, which, okay, Pierce is commanding. Oh, God. Pierce, Saddam, and Azuki. Mission variables, 1,000-meter render distance, no magnified optics, no NVGs, no fortify build points. Oh, this is brutal. HE rounds for everyone on both sides, which isn't reflected here on the document, so interesting enough. Go ahead and look at OpFor. OpFor here are your Russian Marine kits made by Maz. They have AK-74s, RPK-74s, PKP for the support weapons, RPG-26 for the light anti-tank weapon, the T-5000 sniper rifle for the recon sniper, and then the 2 suppressed shooters have a choice of 45-round magazines with an AKS or an AS Val with 20 rounds of 9x39 per mag, and then the crew and aviation, which doesn't even matter because they're not in this round. No CSW, no assets. Blue 4, quickly to go over it, they are the Greek Armed Forces Militia camo, which means I'm just quickly scrolling down to their designated marksman. Is going to be a 416 with a scope. By the way, OpFor's marksman kits are going to be SVDs. They have L1A1s, HK-416s, Glocks, Mini-Me's, and FN mags for the support weapons, M72 Law for the light anti-tank, M2010 for the sniper, Mark 14 or an MP7 for the suppressed shooters. Crew and aviation don't matter. No assets, it's just transports, 2 prowlers, and 5 trucks. Now, real quick, Blue 4 doesn't have any vehicles. So what's preventing, or OpFor doesn't have any vehicles, so what's preventing Blue 4 from just having an HVI, getting a truck, and just driving around willy-nilly in the AO? You know what I mean? That's why OpFor always needs like a helicopter or something to hunt down any HVIs that go rogue. But in all honesty, what is preventing Blue 4 from just having an HVI drive away? You know what I mean? Doesn't really make sense to me. They've got these marked areas from the previous round that happened as well. Roaming RPG hunter-killer teams? Yeah, but that takes away from OpFor's assault force. But it's interesting. It's an interesting thought. Whatever. Pierce ground commanding for the defenders, Saddam being the 2IC, Azuki being the medic. Again, these are the 3 HVIs. As long as they stay in the yellow zones, they won't be they won't have their positions revealed by on the map for OpFor to hunt them down, which is why they have to stay in said yellow zones. Sorry, quick water break there. Genry leading X-Ray, Danny H being the medic, Arcane being the sniper, Blam being the 2IC for the group, Mimi and Squeaks being the suppressed shooters, Squeaks taking an MP7, Mimi taking a Mark 14 EBR. Honestly, if it's all CQC, I'd go submachine guns and call it a day. Hennessy taking Alpha HQ, Tanaka. I don't see a team leader here, so it falls to Tanaka to lead with Techniker, G-Legs, Battlebeav, Vivids, and Topher. Alpha 2 has Green Shade and Jokro. Charlie HQ has Grav leading with Galil leading Charlie 1, Falcon being the machine gunner. Wise, Snatch Goblin, Revanche, Tiger, and Wayne also under that group. Charlie 2 has D Barnes leading Chaos Twins, Olaf, Heinrich, and Rinse and Repeat, acting as the QRF elements coming in that have the spawn point right here at this base. Interesting. What? But these are the unarmed versions, so why are the armed ones? I'm assuming they're unarmed, but okay. Okay, we'll see if that gets changed. I'm assuming they have their ammo taken out, but that is not the thing on the reference sheet. That's weird. Either way, looking over at Op 4's team, we got Cool Breeze leading with Cosmonaut as the 2IC. Maz leading X-Rays. Got Cad Bay, who I think is just, you know, T5, aka not Bay, aka banned. Patriots. It's Patriot. He is the sniper. Tenderbaner being the 2IC. Despo taking... That's an AKS. Timek taking an AS Val. Anderson leading Alpha with Arcor and Glazed as a vehicle crew, but there's no vehicle crew, so I don't know why they went vehicle crew. I'm confused. Bridges leading Alpha 1 with Poe, Miller, Martin Lurch, and Sam Handwich. McSwagger leading Alpha 2 with White, Dover, Pullen, Ace, and Bomb. Nielsen leading Bravo HQ, Bravo 1 being led by Montgomery, Herb, Sablon, Wells, LeBroy, Chine, and Scholand under Montgomery there. Norris leading Bravo 2 with Chult, Drake, Eagle, Dobbs, and P. Frost. And then Artisan leading Vagrant, Korvek, Gurr, Ash, and Green Thumb. By the way, just so you know, if you don't already, the Alpha next to an HQ or the Bravo next to the HQ represent the squad leader, and then Bravo 1 and Bravo 2 are the teams. If there's a number next to it, so the team leader falls to the guy with the slash in their name, and then the HQ, the slash, is the squad leader. Who to bet on?
Building,
I don't know.
big factory and construction will have eyes on water tower.
We take water tower and then feed into construction where we can actually safely like deploy a lot of our force and keep them inside.
Yeah, so we do DTOS on this, or sustained assault, and most of the casualties always result around the construction and hospital area. And west of office building.
That's it.
Can we not just take construction and then peel west towards,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
the big factory?
So if we get into
this zone?
construction and there's any EI north of that or at the hospital, you will be picked off trying to retreat.
What if you're staying on the west side of this kind of hill?
So if
Into
we
gas
hang on the
station.
west side, Big Hill will still be able to see us, but we could probably get some gunfire onto that. Any EI here would absolutely pin us marker, would see us on the west side. Water tower, if there's any EI on the northeast side of it, we won't be
Right
able
on
to
Nielsen.
engage
I know
them
he
down
left the
slope
29th a
and
while
the
ago,
buildings right here.
but he still plays as a solo
We
player.
open ourselves up. I mean, this is the only real advance that isn't through open ground. That's the bad part about this.
The advance I'm sold on. I'm just not sure how to crack the nut of the western objective if they're doubling up there.
I mean, we're all infantry. If we had vehicles, I would have advised you to just head direct west and attack
Swing
like
it,
this.
yeah. I would want to swing around, but I can't. We
But
don't have the
since-
time for that.
I don't know, they might be so spread because it looks like they're heading. I think I saw one guy go into the castle and one guy is going west. I'm not sure.
One thing from Bravo here.
Yeah.
Send it, Bravo.
Just note that we've got 4-3 in front of us, so might not be able to see all of construction from Bravo 2 base of fire and Bravo 1 base of fire. Just 4-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You are going to have to worry about this higher village too.
Charlie's one
Send it,
fire
Charlie.
team strong. We're willing to push in and try to seize whatever.
Yeah, Charlie, I'm probably actually going to stage you to screen Alpha and Bravo as they push after
Yeah,
the,
and also
after the
if
face
we
of fire thing.
if we do take gas station, if we do take gas station, this red line is the easiest attack route onto that town. If you try to go up like this, big factory will be able to see you, so will Big Hill. And if you try to obviously do that, you're going to get shot up by the buildings at the area.
I mean, what if you base a fire Bravo to have Alpha push
So here, I'm going to show you guys what they're talking about here, because I do see in a lot of rounds they're trying to push in. They don't realize, though, that these buildings have been destroyed at this point because of the artillery barrage. The crane went down as well, and the texture got stretched out, which I find hilarious. But a lot of these buildings that usually overwatch this open area for Op 4 to charge in have been taken out. So the only thing that's still up is really the hospital. And the water tower is also a pretty decent spot. But again, there's no magnified optics this round. So people are stuck with iron sights. Excuse me. The office building here is also a pretty good internal security force. But again, a lot of these buildings have been taken out in this dynamic barrage. So Blue 4 are there.
You signed color teams yet?
Setting up these overwatch positions instead.
That artillery is kind of getting close.
No, don't worry about
green
it.
and B
It's
were together.
scripted. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
yeah, so...
I can switch
So that artillery, it is doing damage. It's blowing things up. However, as long as Blue Force stays within their zone, they're actually set to invincible right now, so nothing can kill them.
Still got 5 minutes.
But vehicles can still be destroyed.
Oh. No, I don't think anyone does. I think it's all you.
Go green.
But yeah, I'll be curious to see how the HEAT rounds are also utilized. But it looks like Blue 4 is going to try to fully defend this village and leave Azuki in this area by himself, who's finding some pretty creative positions to hide, which I find quite interesting here. Yeah, so that gives him coverage from any spot that might be able to look over. Aw, man. I swear, Assassination is just hide and seek. And Azuki might have just gotten...
I'm scared.
Azuki just got stuck in the rock. Oh, managed to climb out. Nice. It's just as the VIP. Glitch yourself in a rock. Hide there for the rest of the game. Easy win. So I see that Azuki's trying to go around a little bit more, but again, then the Azuki can be spotted by this spot. So I think that little sliver of a spot might have been a bit better. I'm going to tab out real quick, mute myself. Otherwise, I imagine Op 4 is just going to go in on foot here. They're going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to actually get into the town, but Blue 4 is just going to mount and hold that village with their QRF coming in, all these infantry pushing as well. The one issue I'm seeing right here is because they are out of the sector, Op 4 can actively see where the two HVIs are right now because they're out of a yellow zone. So they're going to see that 2 of the HVIs are going to go into this complex over here. You saw them talk, or you heard them talking about it earlier, which means they know that there's going to be 1 HVI in the other position. So I would imagine Op 4 should take its time. It should bleed into the town first and then decide where they want to go. They were talking about how this is a kill zone, though. But they can either from here go to one sector or the other. Both are going to be really tough, though, just because of the sheer amount of buildings. Thankfully, Blue 4, they're going to all factor in on one town. But, I mean, if Blue 4 had a squad just kind of intermingled of just before the castle complex, I think they could dish out a massive amount of damage. And now we wait. 2 minutes remaining. All right. I mean, we've got Tanaka with Coalition under Alpha 1. They're a pretty good, good group. Pierce, I think he's going to have to go for a safe strategy. It's really hard for him to screw up an assassination mission. What I could imagine seeing him do, though, is committing his QRF to immediately counterattack on their own. And we'll just have to see where that goes. Azuki's out of the sector. Oh, that could tip off Op 4 if they're paying attention that Azuki's now out here. And still not officially in the sector. Okay, 1 second. Azuki's yelling about it. I just want to see if Op 4's noticed.
We can run the point, but we can also run the rear end where we just slowly regen and jog.
Anderson also commenting on what I mentioned earlier. I should note that Blue 4 must keep their HVTs in the immediate vicinity of the city. Do not load the HVTs into a Vic and spread to the wind. Oh.
I have 5. You can check.
He's using the word load there specifically to state not to put them in vehicles and just have them drive away, because, yeah, you could literally just outmaneuver Op 4 at that point.
You want me to do virtual push-ups too? You sure it's not too heavy? You might want to check the weight. I should probably shut up, shouldn't I? Okay.
Here, I'm just going to get on one of them. We're going to see a massive charge here in a minute.
How many can you do in a minute? I don't know. Really?
Talking about push-ups. Welcome to the casualness that is Friday Night Fights.
You have a very sexy voice.
voice
I figured it was for military or something law enforcement operations.
There's the mission.
Oh, we see the HVT.
And here comes the great Op4 push. Some are triple timing, some are double timing, and some are just chilling as they stay in the back, walking in. All right, so we got the tryhards in front, followed by the milsimmers, followed by the casual players that didn't notice the round was starting, followed by the people that are AFK. What a charge in here. Meanwhile, we got Blue 4 pushing all their forces over to here and getting up on Overwatch positions. Azuki managed to get into the corner over here. It counts! It freaking counts! Oh my god. Yeah, Azuki's in the sector. I just want to know if any of the Op4 guys were paying attention to see that Azuki left the sector up there, so it's probably going to be up in that corner, in which case they're going to know exactly where they are. Now you got these Blue 4 Vics coming around right here, some getting on the hill to overwatch the side, but again, Op4 is just going to be moving in on foot, so there's no point. Why is Cad Bay AFK? No, Bay, I wanted you to play tonight. He's one of the best players, if not the best in Friday Night Fights, and he's AFK. His mom probably got him. Drifter, that was a custom rule only for the last round. If they don't state under the mission info special rules that you can't be in the water, then it's not, then they're allowed to be in the water. All right, so you got these massive formations of Op4, just this massive wave here of infantry coming in. So Schultz walking backwards, because when you walk backwards like this, you actually regain stamina. That's a small little exploit within Ace Fatigue. And then you can utilize that stamina to, you know, make sure your weapon aim isn't utter dog shit, but also go back to sprinting once you've charged it back enough. Ah, there's Bay. I was about to say, Bay has stopped moving. He's playing red light, green light with me.
Did you say we're not killing vehicles?
Op4's apparently not going to go for vehicle kills. They're going to go for captures on them instead. Makes sense. HVIs have made it in here. Into the sector. Pierce has now left the sector. And yep, as you can see on the map, they're marked.
We're going to follow Alpha.
So where is Pierce going? I mean, Andy just said Pierce had to stay within the vicinity of the town, but he used the word load. So I guess that means they can get on foot and run. But realistically, Pierce could just go. And this is, I think, a bit of a short sight on the mission creation, because they should have given Op4 like a few transport Vics. Because what's stopping Blue 4 from just, you know, running the guy to the top left corner of the map and holding them there? It forces Op4 to have to steal vehicles in the scenario. Because otherwise the Blue 4 dude can literally just, you know, run here and then run south and then run east. Alright, so some shots are being heard here. It is Alpha 1 firing up at Op4 here as they're in the open in this kill zone. Gonna quickly tab out and mute myself. And let's see how the rest of this round goes. So that's Tanaka with the machine gun firing over, quickly rolling into cover. G-Legs trying to crawl back, getting a little stuck right here. Vivid's firing with that L1A1 there. But I think they're just delaying the inevitable. We're seeing Op4 getting some AT out. Only to then quickly put it away again. So yeah, these guys, they were talking about these buildings, how they're notorious, but those buildings were destroyed in the shelling. So we're just having a bit of an extended firefight here. You gotta remember, these guys all have iron sights. So it's just a suppression fight, but Drake, he's taking a few hits. So there's a specific sound you hear when someone actually gets hit by a bullet. That click sound, as I like to call it. And it doesn't indicate whether or not they died from it or they just got shot. But you see Norris back here bandaging. But this force is staying back here. It's basically squaring off with these forces to distract them as the remaining Op 4 force is coming around right here. Poe, trying to get into a fortified position, is immediately knocked out. Because this Alpha 1 position's pretty well dug in. I'd imagine that was Tanaka getting that hit there from this Overwatch position. Now the question is if Op 4 is going to either split their force or if they're going to all go to this one sector over here and then back, in which case this is going to be a long round if they do. All right, Shine got picked off in the open here. Sam Handwich got picked off in the open there. Blue 4 lost Topher right there. So, you know, 10% number advantage on Op 4, still Op 4 in the numbers advantage, and then Green Thumb lost connection. Poe woke up, pulled back. I'd imagine we're going to see some Op 4 aggression push over to those positions. AT fire, that's HE. It landed just in front of the rock face. If he got a little higher, he would have done damage to these guys up here, but because it was also back here instead of over here where the other concentration of Blue 4 members were, it didn't really do much damage. Look at this keyhole that Shade's trying to utilize. It's a nice keyhole, but with that 240, excuse me, that FN mag, it's going to be really tough for him to stabilize that weapon, actually get any proper kills with it. Did that crane just twitch for anyone else, or am I losing my bananas? And then you got Pierce on the top of this hill. Still some Blue 4 guys over here as well. But now, how is Op 4 going to maneuver? Because they can't afford to stay pinned for too long. Now you need to see these Op 4 guys, now that everyone's in the town, pull back and come around, smoke this area as they do so. And now once in this town, what are they going to do? So Vivid's got picked off. He was on the outside there as well. Trying to see if there's any new casualties on the Op 4 side. Drake also got picked off up here. Pretty light contact so far, but again, Op 4 needs to focus on getting in the town and then making the decision of where to go. Yeah, no, I think the Arty Barrage was a great little lore piece that also helped change the game dynamically. It prevented Blue 4 from just rushing from these positions that people in Friday Night Fights already knew might have been a bitch to fight against. So it just eliminated them outright. I just saw the crane twitch again. It's allowed Op 4 to get a foothold, but beyond that, I mean, I think they're just being incredibly cautious. They're thinking there might be more forces within the town itself. But based off the fact they're cutting north here, they're going to go for this position first, and this is where they're going to hit a massive roadblock because Azuki has such a great hiding spot. I honestly don't know how they're going to find Azuki. Now, another thing about these long-range suppression fights is it is going to burn the machine gunners and auto riflemen's ammo. Granted, they have assistance for it, but every box counts on these infantry-only fights. The map only shows where they are if they're not in the yellow zone. So watch, if I click Tymic, for example, Tymic should get... If I were to scroll in, Timic's a suppressed shooter right now. We should see a mission objective pop up for Pierce, but I guess not. Tanaka's also disconnected. I imagine that's because Tanaka got killed off as well, so it's just up to G-Legs, Battle Beeve, and Hizaya. So, yeah, so, wow. Another gunner died up there. That was Tanaka's body. I'd imagine it was an SVD gunner that got that kill from that range. So I'm going to quickly go through my roster here. Korvac got a kill with the RPK. Poe got another kill with the RPK. I mean, bipoding a machine gun and just firing is also not a bad strategy. Patriot got a kill. And has the T5... Ah, so Patriot's the sniper there. So that's where 3 of the kills are. I don't know where the other 2 kills were, though. Because that's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I thought there was a 5th person that died up here as well. I know Tanaka's also mad at me because he wants me to come to the next CCO, but it's on the date of Greek Easter, which, granted, it's about time I try CCO again. It's one of those... It's like an abusive relationship. Even though I've had nothing but bad experiences with it, I gotta try it again. But it's right on top of Greek Easter, so I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to this next one. So yeah, opt for it. Looks like they're going to start staging to go over to this area. They're expecting a fight over here because they saw this one figure coming over to this direction. Where is Falcon? Falcon is under Blue 4 X-Ray, if I recall correctly. No, where is Falcon? Falcon is the machine gunner for Charlie. My bad. So he's over at the other zone. Opt 4 with 38 minutes left, 12 of their minutes shaved off. They're probably going to spend another 10 to 15 trying to find Azuki, if they even find Azuki. But it's their entire force sweeping this town, so we're going to see a lull in the combat. Maybe some room for these 3 Blue 4 guys to come in and harass. GL's going up to this church because they know in the past this church has been utilized every time because the defenders would build something on it, but there were no build points. So there was no way for anyone to get on top of this church because they'd have to build a ramp to get up there. But they're just GLing it nonetheless. So opt 4 there, I think seeing some of that Blue 4 maneuvering over there as well. They're looking over to the castle as well. Oh, this is going to be a long round, though, because we're essentially chasing shadows. If opt 4 had boats, I don't think boats would have made the difference. I think a helicopter would have been a little bit better. Like, just a PKT MI8. Again, just to stop any transport Vix from driving the HVIs away. You know what I mean? But the risk is if Op 4 wanted to use it for, like, fire support, I mean, that frickin' flying whale can easily get shot out of the sky by ground fire. Op 4 starting to enter the zone. Again, it's going to take him a hot second to realize that. Oh, yeah, no, and I told Tanaka that, too. Bloodwind would literally kill me if I tried to lose a lot of Greek Easter. Anyway, Green Shade under fire here, trying to catch some guys out of position. Bipoding that FN mag regretting it immediately because GR was in a great position, and then Korvac knocks Green Shade out because he overcommitted. Not the moves Blue 4 wants to be making right now. G-Leg's desperately trying to use his marksman rifle here. Gets a knockout on that one shooter. Who was that? Why did Falcon just poke me saying he freaking hates his teammates? Oh, he was knocked unconscious for a second. Yeah, so Falcon got shot by his friends. Ah, interesting. Interesting. I know he's recording too, but we'll see what that all goes to. Miller jumping over, accidentally wounding himself. He's going to check this northern side. As soon as he tries to get on this rock, though, Azuki's going to drop him. But then Azuki's position is going to be revealed. So it's only if Miller sees Azuki, but I think Miller's going to go back for the climb instead. This is the one part of Assassinations that I don't like. They make the AOs too big. They should just make it a specialized sector within this area to prevent people from corner camping like this. Because this is that hide-and-seek element that I don't think a lot of players like to play specifically. Otherwise, looking back, looks like G-Legs was found and taken out. Hazaya getting into a fight with... Oh, that grenade's going to knock Hazaya out. No, it doesn't. Another grenade goes in. Hazaya can't even get the grenade out, and two more detonate up there. That's another kill for Maz. Back to the hide-and-seek. They're jailing up the towers. Yeah, and they're pulling away from there. I feel like it's going to be a Blue 4 victory by technicality, in which case I have to rule with it. Y'all saw the map, you saw the sectors. I didn't show you every little exploitative part, but well. And you got Pierce hanging out on the top of this hill as well. Op 4, they have a definitive number advantage, mind you. Miller tried to get on top of some of these rocks, immediately got knocked out. Oh. Oh, it hurts. I wonder when Op 4 is going to start sending people on this, you know, northern rock face. Miller wakes back up. Who is the sniper here? It's Patriot, who is already up a kill, but he is going to be incredibly important for trying to pick off any remaining forces. Meanwhile, X-Ray's sniper, Arcane, doing his best to get some shots there. I heard a bullet impact. That was on Blam. We have some return fire going as well. Yeah, another reason why a heli would have mattered, because the heli could have, you know, scanned the outer perimeter here and looked for stuff. I mean, again, I just think it would have been a little bit better to have, but that's just me personally. I tried to make a mission for FNF a while ago, but they didn't like the balance I did. And then 2 weeks later, they took the balance I made and put it into a mission, and I got very salty for a few weeks, and then I just decided I'm never gonna make missions for FNF. That was fun. That was really fun. But alright, we got Op 4 now coming over these rocks. They're gonna eventually find Azuki, and that'll be it. But Quiet Steak, thanks so much for the 3-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Yes, the hiding dude is one of the HVTs. It's Azuki again. It's this 3-man group that are all HVTs. I feel like they're pointing out that this might be on the northern side, but they're not going to pursue it. Oh my god. Yeah, Op 4 starting to move out. They're going to go to the other spots. So even if Op 4 fully clears out that other section, it's a win. It's going to be a win for Blue 4, no matter what. With 30 minutes remaining, they have to find Azuki and take Azuki out now. So we have some dead Blue 4 up here. Bay is grabbing some stuff off the body, maybe more smoke grenades, regular grenades, any utility items that could help Bay out. We're seeing some victory position. I think Pierce is going to push to that military base, and he's having a lot of people now dismounting to form up around that military base, which, again, there's no rule against, even though Anderson said that they're not allowed to mount Vics, there's no official rule here stating that they don't have to do that. So, again, I feel like this mission wasn't play-tested enough in its thought process. Yeah, Wynn's looking right out here. Because, again, it's really deceptive because the border line is, like, right here. So you have all of these rocks right here part of the zone, but then you have a little sliver where these rocks are also part of the zone. You know what I mean? Because of how this line's set up, and that is how Azuki's able to get away with this position. Yep, as long as they have an HVI alive, Blue 4 can't lose. So this is, I'm going to say, this is one of the first times I've seen in a while, a good long while, in all honesty, where I think the round is just going to get cheesed. But yeah, no, Blue 4's totally going for moving Pierce over to the communications tower. Again, they can see Pierce is moving in this direction. That's why they have this squad coming around to do it. But Blue 4 is going to totally try to capitalize on holding this military complex and capitalize on all the open areas around it. Which is a smart call, in my opinion, because this is probably one of the most defensive areas in the entire map. You know what I mean? Especially if Op4 is spotted coming along here, they can just, Blue 4 can just set up a group on the ridge and just hammer down on them from the open high ground. But we're 3 minutes till the finishing of the round here. We've got X-Ray leading to hit now a very reduced garrison. Falcon stayed in here. I knew Falcon would stay in this sector because Falcon wants to kill shit. So Falcon getting on one of the rooftops here, kind of just waiting it out. Immediately gets shot in the leg by a sniper and rolls down to this other roof. And then rolls down the balcony. Fucking Falcon, man. Who else would do that shit? Southern Chaos. Oh, Chaos, you got Armored in a stairwell. Bro, I know. I feel ya. The stairwell glitch. If you sprint up or down a stairwell, it's usually down a stairwell. You have a very small chance of taking damage and just insta-dying. It's Arma. But that's why in DayZ, for example, I never sprint down those really big towers with those stairwells, because sometimes it just launches me forward, and I fall to my death. That's killed me a few times, and I get pissed off every single time. But we got Op4 now trying to come down the hill. One of them's dead. The other one got knocked unconscious. And now Op4 is going to collapse onto this position. And let's see if Falcon can get his bloodlust out. He's going to do CQC with a mini-me. I'm expecting some really great things, but he's going to be fighting Despacito and Maz coming in. His name's Despo. I call him Despacito now. And Bay, who also has a mini-me that he found. And Falcon immediately catches Bay's ire. I can't tell if that was some friendly fire between Bay and Despo. I think that was Snatch Goblin and Despo shooting at each other. But alright, we have some of the best players on the server tonight right here. Snatch Goblin gets Hillary Clinton. Falcon killing, I believe that was Maz, or was that Despo? It was Maz. Falcon also finds Despo. Oh, in the CQC fight, Falcon gets Bay. 3 kills up for the god. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be honest. If Falcon wasn't always friendly fired, I feel like he would be officially, like, and statistically, more importantly, the top player within FNF, because he just slayed the top player of FNF and 2 other dudes in a mirror match between their weaponry. I remember it was really funny, though. I referred to Falcon as one of the top players on Twitter, and some FNF staff got a little pissy with me about that. So I pulled up the official FNF statistics because they have all this information go to a database, and then you can access that database from a website where it keeps track of your kills, your deaths, your commander wins, your commander losses if you like to command. And Falcon, he was within the top 10 players of everyone that's ever played FNF since they restarted the database. So, you know, at least a year's worth of information. So then I literally took a picture of it, and I'm like, yeah, I just said he's one of the best. Here he is, statistically, one of the best. Why are you doubting me? Just goes to show you, always have a source, everyone. Because saying that you made it the fuck up is not good enough. You gotta actually have a damn source. Anyway, Falcon up 3 kills, could get resupply from Bay. He's got more guys to fight here. But with Op4 gonna commit everything to hit that communications tower, half the round remaining. Again, Blue 4's already won because of Azuki, but let's see how much Bay can, Falcon can hold here. Yeah, Snacko. But again, all in good fun. All in good fun. I just like to bring it up as something that happened, and we'll forget about it probably in a month or 2. Or I won't. I'll just hang it over people's heads forever, because that's how humans work. I've had to perfect being a human because Bror thinks I'm a turtle, so I've had to learn more human things. But anyway, I'm learning. I'm doing my best. Opening pickle jars is really hard, though. Anyway, regardless, Op4 on top of this ridge. We're having some really long-range machine gun engagements here. Some smoke being deployed. Blue 4's just falling back to the compound itself. Liru the turtle VTuber. I swear, if I ever get into that virtual shit, one of the April Fool's jokes will be I get a turtle virtual avatar or something. We take all day streaming as a turtle. That is on the bucket list, don't you worry. How does one access this database? It's a website. If you message me on Discord, I can dig it up and send it to you. So yeah, long-range shots. You can hear the bullets impacting. But yeah, I got these guys on the ridge firing down here. You got the Charlie HQ element coming around. Some really good players here. Vagrant, Korvac, and Artisan, for example. And Gur and Ash aren't too bad themselves. Can Mr. Hawk here fight off another group of 5? Defending Commander Saddam from the Russian opposition. Meanwhile, Arcor and Martin coming around here. I mean, Op4 could also capture these vehicles, load their squads up, and just do a vehicle rush into that sector itself as well. Yeah, righto, Barb. Again, it's a long-term thing. There's a few other criteria I want to reach before I ever even touch that with a stick. No offense. Yeah, the ground fight here, I mean, it's 5v7. With Heinrich over here as an Overwatch element. No magnified optics, he just has that red dot. You got Wayne peering out. He's trying to pick off some people skylining. Who's that shooting? That's Falcon. Trying to suppress Ash. Ash ends up pulling back. Has to bandage his legs now. Still a long-range fight again. These guys holding us Overwatch as a squad gets up there. I think that CQC level fight might actually be in their favor, because if these guys are focusing on an Overwatch element, they might not notice that entire group coming up, but that's a few hundred meters of distance between the head and the tail element there. So if the head starts engaging before the tail folds in with the head, the rest might just be caught out of position and eliminated. So we got Falcon that's folded back even more, letting Op4 move in a little bit. Just to quickly look at this section, what do we got over here? We have Grav, who is up a kill, trying to overwatch this angle from range. Op4 slowly moving their forces up. You have the sniper for Blue 4 here. Arcane still on no kills. Heavily ranging his shots here. Yeah, he's... give another shot. Yeah, it's going a little over. That one was more accurate. It was in the in between them. I do appreciate how the guy with the RPG has it out. Falcon laying in wait, got Galil, I think, firing up at the ridge here. The ridge firing back down. Op4's pulled their tail in. They're holding at the base of the ridge. Smart. Think they can overpower and take that position. A little bit of harassment. I do like how smart Falcon's being about this. He's not going for that. He's waiting for the forces that he saw coming from the south to fold in so he can bait them. Just so we can then, you know, start taking them out and then maneuvering around. Because if they're on the edge of the town, it's really hard to maneuver and get close to that position. But if you let them fold into the town, that gives you more alleyways to duck in, more buildings to hide in as you slowly and systematically pick them off. It's a good strategy. Yep, so that force is probably going to take a stamina break for their tail of about 30 seconds to a minute, and then they're going to charge right in. And then they're hoping that they can take that position so this force can then come down and take that. But again, one of the VIPs is hiding in a corner, so regardless, I think this is going to be a Blue 4 victory. Falcon, he's going to let him pass so he can get behind them, and that's where he can do the most damage. Corvac getting taken out by Wayne. Wayne also knocking out Vagrant. Arcor coming around as Wayne pulls into the building here. Wow, great. I'm not sure if Falcon's coordinated with this other element. Falcon taking out Arcor there. Vagrant got double tapped. Great play by Blue 4. That was a great alleyway ambush. Falcon hears that movement, and he kills the remaining Op4 guy on that side. Now it's just Martin and Ash over here. So it's just Gur, Ash, and Martin here. Gur, I think he just took some pot shots on Falcon. Falcon quickly runs back. He's going to duck on the alleyways, but he gets taken out by Martin with the SVD. I think that was a headshot, too. And there goes Falcon's little reign of terror. I mean, Falcon, I think that was 4-0, 5-0? 6-0, 6-1. My bad. Meanwhile, Op4 making their massive northern charge. Trying to hit the guys out on that tower. Plenty of grenades going. That Op4 guy taken out. I don't know from what angle, but yeah, he was hit. No Blue 4 up in that tower. As Op4 now desperately try to come up here. The VIP in that research building might try to get away. We hear a satchel thrown. It's going to be close enough to do damage to it, knock him out. No! Unfortunately, it wasn't close enough. The sandbags ate most of the damage there. Suppressed shooters now knocking out that demolition specialist. More grenades going over the wall here. Oh, God, and there goes the radar dome. 15 minutes left on play. 3v3. Tiger, I think, just killed Martin there, getting the revenge for Falcon. Again, I don't mean to ruin the fun here, but there's no way Blue 4 can lose. Azuki's still hiding in that other sector. Even if Blue 4 were to get completely wiped in the next 5 minutes, it's not going to happen. Op 4 then has to go back to that other position. We have a grenade. Nope, that's a satchel right there. It's done. GG. There they go. Great explosive by Lurch there. I think he woke up and was able to get that other kill. Got Mimi coming over as well. Op 4 still making their push to this sector. A lot of suppression going into the smoke right here. A wall got knocked over by a Blue 4 body. Nope, that's a dead Russian. And there's a hiccup. So some more knocked over walls as Glaze is trying to get some pickoffs from across the perimeter of this compound. Ash and Gur left. Wayne and Galil counterattacking with Tiger holding. This Op 4 force is now going to start folding in. So that position's eventually going to fall. This position, I think, is eventually going to get overpowered as well. Pierce is running on foot with X-Ray back to the south. It's just going to be a game of cat and mouse with him. But at least Op 4 now have the Vic. I think they're... Yeah. About that. Yeah, so they're just going to go find the HVT and kill him since he's run out of the compound. 10 out of 10 driving. Would watch them crash into each other and almost kill themselves again. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, so they just have to follow the map marker. AT guy. Uh-oh. He's got a 72, but Op 4's too quick. I got a firefight going right here. Oh, bad time to reload for Lurch there with the RPK. Got Mimi right there as well. And there's the RPK doing work. Op 4, meanwhile, driving around. What was your plan? Okay, so I think they just did a Hail Mary to kill Pierce. Pierce is not dead, though. He's only knocked unconscious, and they still have a medic. You got Anderson coming south. And you got Op 4 now breaching the rest of this compound. But again, it's Azuki that's still alive. Meanwhile, we have Jokro here. Knocks out both of them. Yeah, no, they did a Hail Mary to try to kill the HVT, but they only knocked him out, so he'll be probably brought back up. Ash, the only one left here, but now we've got, you know, all of Op 4 starting to breach the rest of this compound. And Ash just got a knockout on Galil. Explosive satchel was just thrown right here. That did damage to Montgomery. Tiger throws a satchel. That's going to blow up Nielsen's building. Nielsen actually might die to this. Yes, I see. This building is no longer safe, and I will require hiding in another one. This one shall do. Welcome to Arma 3, where building physics don't always matter, and Tiger gets executed by Montgomery. Don't ask me to explain it. I don't have an answer for you. It just works. All right, so now I'm hiding in this sector. Galil is down. You got Anderson and another Op 4 commander coming up. They're trying to follow where Pierce is. Oh, he's being carried away. Anderson didn't have a magazine in his gun to shoot. Pierce is back up. And then Pierce starts running. They're going to have to run down here. Platoon lead gets taken out by Genry's spray. Anderson coming around. Anderson gets the kill trying to hit Pierce, and then Genry Genry on 6 kills. The Chad defender. Oh my god. What is this? What is this man? He's on Falcon levels here. 6 kills per. And now Pierce is pretty much home free. You got Cosmonaut back there. But he's not in a position to do anything. Oh man, the snapshot spray. More explosives going off. Saddam hiding in his 2-story bunker here. Weapon trained on the door. He's the other HVI. All 3 HVIs are still alive. I just realized that. And I keep calling them HVIs. I meant to say HVTs. HVTs are high-value targets. HVIs are high-value informants. The difference is a target you're generally trying to kill. An informant you're trying to extract. And I assure you, OPFOR is trying to kill them. So, I mean, even if Azuki was, you know, dead, I think the Pierce play with 9 minutes remaining and infantry still have to go over there. Granted, they could load up in this truck and move out, but I just don't see it. Nielsen in the building over. We'll probably proceed to check the next one. Nope, Nielsen decides that one's more important. Also, how you doing, Whale? Always appreciate you dropping by. Galil has his comrade picked up. No, it's Wayne picking up Galil. I believe Wayne is a medic. Ah, no, so Galil's been medic back up. Wonder if Ash heard those footsteps. No. Oh my god, is Cosmonaut gonna, like, snipe Pierce? Is that what we're going for here? Because Pierce is over there. He's loading GLs. He's trying to GL Pierce. Oh, that's beautiful. Pierce making a run for it. Cosmonaut. Snipe him. With your iron sights, just show me your hacks. Okay, goes for another GL. Pierce immediately dodges the other way. Oh, there we go. Pierce is in the open. He gets a few hits, but then Pierce folds into defilade cover. Oh, those were close. Those were very, very close. Galil and Wayne are dead. Saddam's still hiding in his bunker. All 3 HVIs are still alive. And Jorko might spot Cosmonaut in a second here. Uh-oh. Jorko, you have to aim for the face. There you go. Taking my advice. That's his 4th kill. And I'm pretty sure that's GG. Pretty sure that's GG. Now, in the next 7 minutes, can they find Saddam? Hidden in his little bunker. Oh, hey, Dingo, how you doing? Who has the highest kill count? I mean, we can just jump through. Falcon was at 6. Genry was also at 6. Jorko on 4. This doesn't count the people who are disconnected, so there's Falcon 6 as well. I think that's, those are the 2 highest, so it's Falcon and, Genry tied. Lurch was on 4. Saddam, I think, just got a kill. No, he wasn't the one shooting. Okay, never mind. I don't know what they're shooting at. They're shooting out there. Maybe all the way at Pierce, all the way back there. But no, I'm pretty sure those are the top kill counts. Ash on -1. Yeah, good luck, Dingo. Look, in the 5 minutes, there's no way they can go back and find Azuki, so it's pretty much a blue 4 victory. I can't claim it was cheese because they haven't even found Saddam and killed him yet. And Pierce is still alive, so even though it was cheese, then because of how the other ones played out. Okay, this is actually a cool strategy. Have your driver go, have the PKM gunner run that dude down and just eliminate him. It's perfect. You got to remember, if the VIPs leave the yellow zones, they're publicly visible by all of the enemy forces if they check their map. All right, where's Pierce? Is there any AT? Joricho, he sees that truck. He's ready. But Gary, he could get some more kills here, and he can actually get a higher KD than Falcon. I mean, if Genry also survives, then by default, you know, 6-0 is better than 6-1. They're going to dismount early. Oh, dear. He's going to get friendly fired. Yeah, I think Genry's new. Team deathmatch. I'm waiting to see the assassination. Oh! I thought there was some gunfire over here that might have been Henriksen firing. Oh my god, they just HE'd Pierce. Where's the machine gun? Where's the machine gun to bomb the shit out of him? Is there going to be another shell? Go! Another one. Another one, please. Pierce out of desperate defense. Olaf is taken down. I think Genry also died. Oh, God, Pierce is knocked out. More shots going to eliminate him. More bullets flying. How many bullets does it take to kill Pierce? There you go. All right, Genry taken out there as well, so he ends up tying with Falcon's KD. That is one HVI dead. Now, can they find Saddam Hussein in 2 minutes? The answer is no. Pete Frost, meanwhile, getting into a firefight with the Ridgeman known as Heinrichsen. Heinrichsen just kind of looking around up here. All 3 HVTs have to die, I'm sorry to say. Not just one. Again, if Saddam were to die in 2 minutes, then I can claim there was cheese on Blue 4 side for Azuki's position. But if they don't find Saddam, it's fair game. But Dobbs, he's getting close. Anyone else find that really suspicious? Anyone else find that real? Oh my God. Oh no, Saddam! But no, anyone else find that really suspicious that P. Frost was shooting up with that dude and then immediately runs into the building Saddam's in, guns up? Him. Wait. Did they just smite Azuki? They just smited Azuki. Oh my God, wait. Oh my god. What's the official call? There's no official call. There's no official call, so it's a draw. There wasn't a winner that came up. So it's nullified. I have to go off of the official call for this one, unless I clearly state beforehand what it is. So it's no, we saw Azuki died and there were 3 seconds left on the clock. So it's deleted. I'm sorry to say, but it didn't say Op 4 or Blue 4 won that. It just said mission completed. So it's nullified. I'm sorry to say, guys, because I really don't know what else to say there. Wow. What the hell just happened? I do find that incredibly suspicious that P-Frost went from firing at a guy on the ridge to immediately going to the right building guns up. That really makes me suspicious.